Hey y'all, I think I did something dumb this week. Last weekend I noticed there was some metal on metal noise coming from this rear tire on my daily. I had an opportunity to look at it last weekend and I didn't. And then I had to drive it all week to work, which means I put 360 miles on it. And I think that I probably screwed up my brakes doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at it, see how bad I screwed them up, and figure out what our next move is. Got the wheel off, and just as I was suspecting and concerned of, there's actually a ring being worn into my rotor by something. It's maybe a 1/16 of an inch or less worn down. You can see it's discolored. What I think happened, since you can see my brake pads aren't that bad yet, and definitely not on the side that is wearing, what I think happened is there's probably a rock or something else stuck in between this pad and this rotor, and it's just pressing into the rotor every time I hit the brakes, every time the wheel is turning, probably. In effect, I can already tell I've pretty much ruined this rotor. These are maybe a year and a half old. They had a 3-year warranty on them, but this is just stupidity, you know? There's no warranty for stupidity. Had I gotten to this last weekend, there's a very good chance that, you know, it would have been just a minor deformation, but I'm guessing I probably also screwed up this pad. Now, this is a daily, so I want to keep it on the road, but I really don't feel like buying rear brakes right now. So to be honest with you, what I'm probably going to do, we're going to take it apart. We're going to see where we're at first, but I'm probably going to end up just leaving it. But let's not speculate anymore. Let's get the caliper off and see what we're actually looking at in there. Alrighty, brake calipers on the WJ are 18 mil. Pretty easy to get them off. Not a big problem to check them. Okay. You see me kind of tapping these bolts, or tapping the wrench on the bolt with a hammer. I wouldn't do that on bolts that I wasn't sure of, but I have these brake rotors off often. I change my brakes often, and I know that they're anti-seized and I'm not going to break it. But what you just saw me do, you know, taking the wrench that's on there and hitting it, that's a real good way to break a bolt head off. So you really want to be careful and make sure you know what you're doing. And what kind of bolt you're dealing with. You know, if the bolt is stuck, that may not be the right way to go, because you may round the head right off or break the head right off. Then you have a much bigger project on your hands. Let's see, let's get these guys out. Yeah. Okay, one more. People give Jeeps a lot of crap for being unreliable, you know, being slow, but dang, they're just so easy to work on, you know? I mean, yeah, I don't love that during the Chrysler years, half the Jeep is in standard and the other half is in metric, but that's just a fact of life. All right, what are we looking at? Let's get a look at this front pad here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was very wrong. You see what happened here? I think my caliper, for some reason, is pressing on this brake sideways, and what it's doing is it wore this brake pad completely unevenly. Let's see if we can't get a better shot of this. Alright, can you see what happened here? The other brake pad there is doing the same thing. Yeah, it's pushing on it unevenly, and it wasn't a rock digging in, it was actually this corner here. I don't know how well you can see that. There's a lot of glare out this morning. But, well, that certainly changes where I'm at for the day. I guess I will be going to get new rotors and pads for the back of the WJ. I expect that this happened from a buildup. You're supposed to use brake grease on this little channel right here, both on the pad and on the actual rotor. And what that does is when brake dust accumulates, it still allows this to slide in and out on the caliper. These are about 1.5 years old. I mean, if there was any grease there, it's gone now. So yeah, just another example of listen to the sounds your car is making. I mean, these were clearly shot when they started making the noise, but you can actually see right here, it's about to wear through to the other side. Like, this pad's almost completely gone. So yeah, I'm gonna put new brakes on. I'm not gonna bother putting that on camera because Eric wants to do a full video on the correct way to do brakes. There are so many people out there doing brakes wrong. So I'm gonna leave that for him. This was kind of a diagnostic video. Yeah, as always, listen to the sounds your car is making. It kills me when people ignore the sounds and then, you know, 1,000 miles, 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles down the road, your car's on the side of the road not running, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. More videos to come. Take care.